How was your last month on your side hustle? How was May? Did you make money in May? And in May, were you closer to monetizing? And yes, we're going to alliterate. We're going to talk about mindset. We're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about monetization in May. So come on and hang out with me for just a few minutes. We're going to talk about how you are doing and how I'm doing. Love to hear from you. So let's jump right in. You know, it's a little bit into June already. I do apologize for getting this video shot a little bit late. And I'm going to go fast because, to be quite honest, I'm racing a dying battery on my laptop. Just got off a great Zoom with my mentor and with a client for one of my side hustles. So let's talk about that. Let's jump in. Let's talk about what's been going on. And I'm going to start right off the bat. Last month, I told you I have 8 side hustles. I'm not working all those side hustles all the time. I'm not even working 2 or 3 of them at all right now. But the side hustles have been going well. Let's just roll through them, give you a quick update, and then we're going to jump over and talk about monetization on my YouTube channels. So my main side hustle is financial services with a company called Five Rings Financial. I am licensed with them. I help financial education, financial literacy. That's why you'll see a link in the channel down below on all my financial literacy videos, because we're an education company. Education forward. I don't cold call. I don't hard sell. But Five Rings Financial, I placed a couple pieces of business and I get small amounts of what are called trails. Well, last month was a pretty good month. I made $2,862.76, right? And that's working anywhere from 5 to 10 hours a week. Like today, I've already worked about an hour and a half. Yesterday, I didn't do anything though. I did a little client prep, but that's 15, 20 minutes, right? But next week, I will be working. We have a couple educational events. The one I am presenting, one I'm co hosting. So, pretty good there. Seeking Alpha, that's the website that I write for. You know, you might write for a different website. Yeah, I'm going to pin a comment. Love to hear what your side hustles are. If you're writing for a website, I'd love to hear about that because I know there are others out there. Seeking Alpha is a financial website. Again, I told you I'm a financial literacy educator. I like Seeking Alpha. Might not be a good fit for you. You might write fiction or poetry or recipes and find those websites, right? But for Seeking Alpha, I made $138.65. That's down from April. It's significantly down from April. In April, I made 252 because in May, I only published one new article. And that article, the flat rate for posting it and the clicks, it made like 80, let's say $85 of that 138. But that means I made $51.87 passive income from articles I've written in the past as people viewed those articles, right? That's one of the things we want out of our side hustle is that we have passive income. Now, $51.87 of passive income. Hey, that's nice. That's a nice dinner out with the wife. That's tank of gas for the car. But obviously, I'm not going to retire on $51.87. But that's nice. Over on Poshmark, that side hustle number 3, I made $25.60. I sold a couple shirts that were a larger part of that value, and then I sold one other item. I list one item a week on Poshmark. I'm just cleaning out the house. I don't go poshing, buying things from other Poshmark folks and reselling them, going thrifting just to buy stuff to sell on Poshmark. I'm not doing that yet. I know other people do that, but still $25.60. I'll probably turn around and buy a couple of shirts for me, maybe add it all up over time and buy a watch. I don't know yet, but that's really just cleaning out the house. The good thing about Poshmark and sites like that is instead of having a garage sale where you might sell a shirt for $1, you get a better price for it, right? You might get $10 if it's a nice shirt or $15. I've sold some wool hiking socks that I've got more than enough of, never worn them. So I've sold those in the past. YouTube, we're going to talk about in a minute. I've had a good month for subs, but I'll actually share my screen when we talk about YouTube. So then let's go to the Amazon affiliate. I'm still working that. Last video, I think I said, oh, I haven't made anything on Amazon. And then while I was shooting the video, the day I was going to shoot the video, I made my first sale. I've made one more sale since then, but that's only been $1.56. The drawback to the Amazon affiliate program, if you're not already familiar with it, is it takes an awful lot, because the largest commission I've seen is 4.5%. I've seen some that are 1% on items I've recommended. There's some that are 3%. And, I don't have a huge reach. So if I sell something, like, I'll put a couple links down in the comments, but I might make 4% on a $9.95 book a friend wrote, right? So what's that? I mean, that's 4 cents or maybe 40 cents, right? It's not a huge amount of money. Now, if you've got a huge following, you have another way to market. Maybe, like I was talking about writing, you write a recipe and you recommend some cooking supplies and some spices. And maybe over time, 10,000 people read that recipe and 1% click. Well, that's 100 sales, and you might make 40 or $100. So, just try it if you want. Myron Golden affiliate, Savvy, MDC. I didn't really do anything this month with them. Now, Myron Golden, people I'm meeting through Myron Golden are becoming clients and potentially affiliates in my other businesses. So that's working. But that's where I'm at with some of those. So what I'm going to do, I know I'm talking really fast. Like I said, I'm racing a dying battery. I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to come back on. I'm not trying to do some fancy editing. These are easy mode videos, but I do want to share my YouTube analytics, and also we have an ambulance going by. So we'll be right back. So now I am sharing my YouTube analytics. It's probably one of my more time uh, involved side hustles, probably right behind the Five Rings Financial. Sometimes when I'm writing more Seeking Alpha articles, but obviously trying to shoot a video or a live, or maybe a video and a live every single week is going to take more time than some of those others, right? Amazon affiliates, the days I market something, I go on Amazon, look around for a product, save the link, go to Facebook, go to LinkedIn, I'm done, right? And then I check later in the day, did I get any clicks or sales the previous day? So here's my main analytics screen. Now, what I did do is I'm using the free version of TubeBuddy, not in this browser. I'm using that in the Google Chrome browser. But you see there, I'm getting about 10,000 views every 28 days. That's holding fairly consistent. My watch time, not quite where I want it to be yet. It needs to jump up to hit monetization, right? Uh, some days it's 5, 6 hours. Some days it's barely even 3 hours. So that's not gonna, that's not gonna work for me. Subscribers done pretty well over the last 28 days. I lost a couple over the last couple days. Sorry about that. Like, my battery's going low, but I'm averaging, roughly still one a day for this year. Hopefully that'll pick up soon. I'm at 425 after a little up and down the last few days, but it's still getting there. So hey, it knocked me out when I stopped sharing. Sorry about that, but I'm back. I'm gonna edit that a little bit. I'm gonna wrap up so the battery doesn't die, but I got a great tip from a lady named Diane, one of her recent videos. I'll leave a link to it also down either in the description or a pinned comment or a comment, because it's a great one about 100 views. And if you're not getting 100 views, do this. I want to give a shout out to her, because just imagine if you're getting 100 or 200 or 400 views, you're still impacting people, right? So as we grow our YouTube channels, as we grow toward monetization, yes, that'd be a great thing to get to. But remember, you're out there reaching people, even if you're only getting a few views. Because what if that one person needed to hear what you're having to say? I'll talk about that more probably in a live later this week. But I just wanted to wrap up. Wish you all the best. Go down into those comments about if you're having a side hustle that's working. Love to hear about it, or how I can encourage you. If you found value in this, please take a look at some other videos, add some watch time. Would love to have you follow me or subscribe. But, hey, otherwise, just go out there, have a great day. Talk to you later.